Tom Llamas.
Hey, good afternoon. We are coming on the air with breaking news right now. An apparent active shooter situation unfolding at Florida State University in Tallahassee. Police have said the reported shooter was located near the student union on campus. Moments ago, the local hospital, Tallahassee Memorial Health, told NBC News that at least 4 people were transported to the hospital from the campus. The full scope of this shooting remains unclear. The extent of those injuries is also unclear. Law enforcement is now urging people in the immediate area to seek shelter and stay away from all windows and doors. A message went out to FSU students telling them to shelter in place, that there was an active shooter on campus. This is one of the largest universities in the state of Florida, there in the capital city of Tallahassee. Spring break had already wrapped up for these students, so there was classes in session. Shooting happened sometime around lunchtime. Daniella Streety is a student there and an eyewitness to some of the things that were happening on campus, specifically the law enforcement presence. Danielle, tell us what you saw outside your window.
Hi, Tom. Yeah, so right outside my window, immediately I saw dozens of LEO, OWL, police, sheriff. Ambulance came a couple minutes later. I did see them carry out one student, what looked like on a stretcher, and kept them in the road until an ambulance was able to pick them up. Directly across from me, there's a building about 50 feet outside of the window. Unfortunately, the room I took shelter in is double locked, but there are windows, so I can see everything going on. There was a student in there injured as well, and they had to transport them in a desk chair to the road to then be transported via ambulance.
Just real quick, Danielle, let me stop you right there. When you say a desk chair, the person was in a desk and they literally had to move the desk and the chair, or that's the only way they could get them out?
I would be like an office chair, so like a chair on wheels, and they wheeled them in that chair down to the street.
And then have they told you anything else? Have you heard from university officials about what's happening at this moment?
Not that I know of. I have heard unofficial reports that the shooter has been neutralized. Again, I don't know if that is true or not. But
and we don't have that either. So we'll stick to what we know right now. And again, this is a fluid situation, and the news could change. From what we understand, this happened near the student union. Talk to our viewers about the amount of students that are probably there during the lunch hour, and what it's like as far as people traffic goes.
Oh, hundreds. This time of day, it is packed. I mean, all the restaurants in there are opening up. Students are getting their lunches, transporting to and from class, going to study sessions, a meeting with friends, just getting a coffee to try to recharge in the middle of the day. It's it's one of the busiest places on campus.
Have you spoken to anyone? Do you know anyone that heard the gunshots when this was happening?
Actually, a couple of faculty that are at work in the building I'm in ran up after the sirens went off to take shelter with me and said they heard the gunshots and were running. And that's how they got into the building. Around
what time did this happen, Daniella?
I want to say right around 12:05.
And then when you talk about the police presence there, we understand that there's local police, obviously the FDLE and other agencies. The campus right now, fair to say, completely on lockdown, right?
Correct.
And you guys had just wrapped up spring break, so classes were still in session. A lot of people were back on campus.
Yeah, and it's actually right before finals are coming up in about a week and a half, so we're all on campus ready to attend those final classes and start studying and finish up the semester. So we're very busy. From
what you can see outside your window, are there still police? Because we're showing obviously video that we've shot and video that's on social media that we have verified of police running in and out. But are you still seeing sort of that active police presence on the campus? Does it still feel like they may be hunting someone down?
Left. Yeah. So in terms of right now, there are U.S. Marshals out here. There's actually people with their hands up right outside my window walking into the Caraway building. There's a man there with a vest and a sniper. And all around me, I can see, as far as I can, nothing but blue lights from the police presence. It's only grown since I have been sitting here.
And when you talk about those people with the hands up, I think you're talking about students who are being evacuated to a safer area?
Yes, correct.
And how many students are we talking here? I mean, are you seeing dozens?
Oh, I'm thinking every bit of 100 or more. I mean, it's been a long line of people with their hands on their heads walking into the building across from me.
From what you've gathered from speaking to that faculty and to your fellow classmates as well, do you know a little bit more about where in the student union this may have happened, or was it outside? Was it inside?
To what I am hearing, it was inside the student union. That's about all the detail I have. There's a couple of people I knew who had friends in the student union. No one, thankfully, I knew personally was in the student union that I know of. But people heard shots being fired from the outside, but I'm assuming the shots were fired inside.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.